All right, here we go for another recipe today. Gonna be a simple one. I've been in a breakfast mood, so I've been making some breakfast stuff. I figured I'd share it with you guys. This is one of my all-time favorites. We're gonna make an omelet today. We're gonna do a bacon and cheddar omelet. I'm gonna show you how to do it, explain a few things, as we go along. But this is my favorite. So this is what we're gonna make today. And I'll eat this for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It doesn't matter. Sometimes you get in that craving for dinner to have something, and all of a sudden this pops into your brain. You get up and you get it done. So this is what we're going to make today. Okay, very simple ingredients. I'm trying to keep a few of these recipes simple for you guys, and then we'll obviously I'll get into some more different stuff like I do on my site. Quick rundown here: salt, pepper. About a tablespoon of butter. That is salted butter, so watch your salt content when you start putting your seasonings in. We got some bacon here that I cooked yesterday, so that's why it looks like it does. It doesn't look maybe as fresh as it does when it comes out of the pan, but we're going to just chop that up. That's going in the omelet, so that's going to heat itself back up. Anyways, we got some cheddar cheese and we got 2 eggs. I personally find out that when I use a 10-inch skillet, that 2 eggs, because I add a little bit of milk, I got a little bit of milk off camera, and then another mixing bowl, that's it, that you guys don't see. When I add a little bit of milk to 2 eggs, it makes the perfect omelet. I don't like a real thick omelet, like real thick pieces of egg. That's just me. If you guys want it a little bit thicker, make it this way to begin with, and then if you want to add an extra egg to it and scramble it up, by all means, it's your omelet. So that's what we got today. Okay, we're gonna just take some of this stuff out now that I explained what we got going on. We're gonna push this stuff aside, and all right. And we're going to just bring in my mixing bowl, and we're just going to crack a couple of eggs. Just like that. If you happen to, I didn't, but if you happen to get an piece of an eggshell in your mixture, all you got to do is just take the shell and just scoop it out with the shell. It's much easier than trying to dig it out with your fingers, because that can take, I don't know, a few minutes. Unnecessary time, I guess, right? Okay, so there we go. We got our 2 eggs. I'm just going to put, I don't know, maybe a couple tablespoons of milk in there. You can use whole milk, 2% milk, skim milk, whatever you want. Doesn't matter. And then we're just going to scramble. I know most people probably understand how to do this, but again, my channel is kind of geared towards people that don't know how to cook, that maybe want to make a meal. That's what I'm here for. I'm explaining it to you every step of the way, why I do things, why you shouldn't do certain things. So the videos are filled with important information, I guess, right? So here we go. We're gonna get some air in these eggs. We're gonna mix these eggs up good. Now, when I make an omelet, I like to also have it look good at the end, okay? So as you're mixing these eggs and you're getting air in it, the longer you mix your eggs, the more air you're going to get into it, the more fluffier your eggs are going to be. And there's nothing wrong with it either way. I'm really hoping you can hear me over the mixing, okay? But you'll see some omelets, maybe if you go out to a diner or something like that, they might not mix the eggs real well. So when your omelet comes out, you have these little white streaks in it. The reason why you have white streaks in it basically is because you don't mix your eggs thoroughly. Okay, so I always mix my eggs and mix and mix and mix, because I guess I just don't want to see the white streaks. Okay, so this is what we got. It's all uniformed in color, and these now are ready to go to the other side. Now I'm going to put a little bit of pepper in it over here on this side, and then when I get to the other side, and I put these in my I do this in a 10-inch ceramic nonstick skillet, basically, is what I do this in. So I put the salt in once I pour the eggs in. All right, that's pretty much it for this side. Let's head over to the stove and we'll get going on showing you how to do this. The hardest thing about this is flipping the egg. That's it. If you can flip the egg and you can master that, I'll show you how to do that, explain to you how to do that, and hopefully you guys can catch that and do it just as good as anybody else can. It's not that difficult. It's not that hard. You guys can do this. Let's start making this omelet. All right, so I'm back just for a second. I just want to show you guys what I do with this in case you were wondering of how to cut it up or how big to cut it up or small to cut it up or, you know, whatever. So what we do is I just take a couple of pieces of bacon, real simple, right? This is all we're doing. Just like that. Really, really simple. This dish couldn't be more simpler. All right, so you put as much bacon in as you want. You know, if you like a lot of bacon, put it in. I think like these are half strips of a full strip. So there's 6 here. Okay, so that's it. That's what's going to go in your omelet. All right, so that's how we chop that up with the omelet. Okay, over at the cooktop. So we're going to take our roughly tablespoon, 3/4 tablespoon of butter. We're going to put that in the pan. We're going to melt this down. Now, we're going to go for appearance on this as well, right? So sometimes you get an omelet that's, you know, you have those, I call them done marks, I guess. You know, it starts to brown on the back side of the omelet. I'm going to show you, if you do it on a low heat, eggs don't take that long to cook. So if we're doing this, on a low heat, there shouldn't be any browning on the bottom, right? And now if you like that, you know, by all means, you know, brown it up. It's fine. Everything's good. So we're going medium heat here. This goes really quick. So if you have all your ingredients, you know, ahead of time, that'd be a great idea. All right, so let's see what my pan is at. Usually I do this at like, I don't know, like 250 or something like that, 240. All right, just another second or so. That'll be up to temperature, and you'll see how this, and we won't touch it. So we're gonna drop the egg in. Okay, so here's the egg that we did just a little bit ago. We're gonna dump this in, scrape that bowl, and we're gonna let that sit just like that. Now we're not gonna move this, okay? We're gonna leave that just like that. We might just even it out just a little bit, just like that. We're gonna take a pinch of salt. We're gonna salt it up. We've already put our pepper in. Now I'm gonna keep you guys with me this whole way because there's not much that I can break away and come back and break away and come back and all that stuff like that, okay? So now's the time that we're gonna add our bacon. We're just gonna sprinkle it around, yes, in the wet egg, just like that. You put as much, as little, or as, you know, whatever you want in it. So when I write this recipe, you might not get precise measurements. You probably won't. I can almost guarantee that you won't, because you know, if you want a 2-egg omelet, 3-egg omelet, then that's what you put in. If you want 5 slices of bacon, put 5 slices of bacon. 3, put 3 in. There's no set limit on this particular recipe, okay? Now just give this egg a chance to do its thing. Don't rush it. And then you'll see it'll lift off by itself. So what I mean by lifting off is once you'll start to see it cook, primarily I would think just around the edges first. This, yeah, see, it's starting here actually. I don't know if you can see that by the camera, but you can see it's starting to set up. So just let it set up, let it do its thing, and I always just go down on the side to see if it's setting or not, and it is. It's starting to set up, because you could see that it's not when you poke it with the spatula, that it's not all watery. So you know now that it's setting up underneath. And you can see how tight now it's getting around the edge. That's good. That's perfect. Exactly what you want to do. This omelet is great. It's buttery. You know, you got the salt from the bacon, the cheese. It's a little bit gooey. So this is my go. Now see, when you shake the pan, you don't have that much, and you can see over here where it's setting up. So now what I do, when I know that it's setting up, I'll turn around and I'll just kind of do this a little bit. And if anything leaks out, fine, I let it leak out. But I try to keep the edges in this pan. Now again, there's, you know, every time I do a recipe, you know, there's 100 ways to do one recipe. This is just how I do it. And I do these recipes, so hopefully you guys can learn something from it and add it to another recipe that you guys may have. You know, like, oh, maybe I didn't think of that, or geez, that's a good idea. So that's the reason why I do these recipes for you guys. All right, so you can see it's setting up, but you can see the middle in here hasn't released yet. That will release. Once that releases, we're going to turn around, we're going to swirl the egg like this around the pan, and that's going to give us the opportunity to flip this. I flip it with the frying pan. If you guys want to use a spatula, you can. There's nothing wrong with that. It's tricky either way. You know, if you use a spatula, you can get a fold on one end or whatever. But let's see, this egg now might be, this egg may, only because I just seen it in the middle, this egg may tear a little bit on me, unfortunately. It's probably just the way the bacon's laying in the egg. So this may not set up exactly how I want. And I also may have problems flipping this. It may shred. If that's the case, no, I guess I apologize now. But one way or another, this has to be flipped. And you can flip this also with a, you can see the little crack right there. So that's going to give me some problems. But that's okay. We'll do what we can do. Maybe we'll set the top of the egg and then we'll take it from there, or we'll see. It's starting to bubble up now, so hopefully this little area, sorry about moving the camera just then. There we go. Hopefully this little area right here releases for me. If it does, then that makes me happy. If it doesn't, so you can only push in so far on that egg before it collapses, so you don't want to play too much with it. It's this part right here that we need to get released. Yeah, that might be all right. We'll see. We got another minute here. Hope you guys aren't bored. But it gives you an opportunity also to see what the egg is doing as it's cooking down. This is it's like 5 minutes to do this. This isn't too bad. Yeah, see, that's definitely going to tear. All right, so, all right, now it's loose. Now we got the whole thing loose. Okay, so this is what I meant by going around the pan like that. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to try to flip this. I think I'm going to have problems with it. You know, not everyone is perfect. So we are going to make a fool out of myself, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. Sometimes, like I said, these aren't perfect. We'll see if we can show you how to do this and see if it doesn't come apart. Okay, so what you want to do is you just want to bring the edge, the egg almost like this, and you want to pull this way, push this way, and pull back and drop the pan a little bit so you have time for the omelet to get back in the pan. Okay, so let's see how this goes. Okay, so not too bad. I actually thought that's actually, you know, that's kind of perfect. So let me adjust the camera again. And it's a quick jerking motion too. And you can see it's browned a little bit because I had to allow that center of that egg to release itself. Other than that, that's the only, usually I don't have like brown areas on my eggs. but that's just from leaving it there too long. Okay, so here we go with the cheese. Again, it's the amount that you like, right? It's that's how we do this. All right, so the other little thing that we do here is, so I know that it's time to start rolling this, is I wait for the cheese to start melting. You'll see it start taking shape. Once it starts taking shape is when I start doing my thing, and then we plate it, and it's simple as that. Everybody likes an omelet. You put this with home fries. You can, you know, if it's breakfast, you can do whatever you want with this. All right, so you're starting to see, and remember, the heat of the omelet, once you roll it, is also going to melt the cheese too as well. And you can see it always stays, once you flip that, it's always going to stay pliable, always. All right, just another second. You can start to see how it's melting like a pizza. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to take this first area, I'm going to roll it in like that, and we're going to take what I call the second area. Oop, there we go. And we're going to flip that over like that as well. And then some people serve it right out of the pan just like this. They kind of reverse their hand on the pan, and then it just goes into plating at that point. But you can do it either way, whichever is easier for you. You can master it either way you want to. And then I just turn around and I fold it just like this, seam side down, because again, it's about presentation, right? All right, so you can see this now. It's not burnt. There's nothing burnt about this. So I'm going to take it off the heat, and this omelet is done. What you see is the bacon and the pepper. You don't see any burn spots. So the presentation is great on this. Let's get this over on the plate, and I may serve it up with a little corned beef hash today. I think that's what's going to happen. All right, we'll be right back. Give me a second. All right, omelet's done. Looks fantastic. We're going to turn around and we're going to just basically slide this out of the pan, just like that. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to, not think, I know what we're going to do here. We're going to serve this up with a little bit of corned beef hash, just like that. A little corned beef hash. Now that's a great little breakfast right there, right? Got our omelet, not burnt, beautiful. Corned beef hash is outstanding. I'll post a video of how I make the corned beef hash also for you guys. So this is how you would make an omelet, bacon and cheddar omelet with some homemade corned beef hash. If you guys like this recipe, put a thumbs up, share it, subscribe to my channel. A lot of you guys are watching videos but you're not subscribing. Subscriptions would always be great. It's free, it doesn't cost a thing, and this is how we do it. It's breakfast time, guys. It's time to eat. All right, till the next video, I will see you guys soon. Enjoy the rest of your day.